You should just see the encounter that I went through with Sophie and my friendly neighbor. Hi everybody, it's Lasha from High Voltage. If you've never been before, if you've never been before, where no man's gone before, you're definitely in the right place, in the YouTube rabbit hole. Okay, I'm reading The Exorcism of Anneliese Michael. Okay? I told you I would do it in front of the tree, and here I am in front of the tree with Anneliese and me, or Anneliese and I, but then that didn't rhyme. And that's why I'm drinking cold coffee, so cheers. It's gonna be 80 degrees here tonight. Did you see that video, that short that I did yesterday with the squirrel? I have never seen a squirrel that hot before, and I've been on this planet for 52 years, and my first memory was when I was 18 months old, actually 12 months old, because I remember my first birthday, so I would have been 8 or 9 months old is my very first memory. And that's when I was in the crib, and it was kind of green, and I took off the diaper and I was wiping it on the wall. And then I asked my mother if that actually happened, and she said yes, that it actually did. Or maybe it was a story that I heard, but I remember the colors, and I remember thinking it was really funny, this stuff. Okay. Chapter 5. Jousting. I know it says chapter 5, but do you know that we've actually gone through all of this? And if I could tidy up, actually there's nothing to tidy. If I take every Anneliese Michael video that I've done and just put it in the chronological order that I read it, the whole book will be there, really, honestly. And most people know the story anyway, but I've got Dr. Goodman's book that the authors of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I used to have a DVD, The Exorcism of Emily Rose from 2005, and you used to be able to get CD and DVD players, and I would buy the DVD, and then I would watch the special parts. Well, there were special parts about what it was like to make the movie behind the scenes of The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I have access to. That would be some interesting content, and I remember a lot of it by heart. I'd love to present that to you. If you're interested in that, seriously, put it in the comments, because I will go back to that DVD and I will write down all the notes. I'll tell it like a story. So if you're interested in exorcisms, some really good movies that are based on true stories, you know, not this is a true story, but even when this is a true story, I'm not trying to be at all. Oh, I can just show my knee while I'm there anyways. So this is why I'm doing my hike, and I'm all pissed off about taxpayers and surgeons. But you know what my mom said to me today? I also had a fall in Grimsby on Concord, and there was water inside and this knee, you can hear it cracking now, and the tendons here, oh, the bruise, you wouldn't have believed the bruise. But my point is, my own mother, who's my biggest supporter, she's an awesome supporter and an awesome critic. And I mean that not as in Valley Girl awesome, but in the true sense of the right meaning of the word. That's the other thing I want to get into on this channel. I've watched so much YouTube. I've Yeah, okay. Chapter 5. Let's see how much I can get through. Jousting with the demons. From 1975 until Annaliese's death on July 1st, 1976, Father Arnold Renz was destined to dominate the stage. Who was he? As to biographical information, William Renz, the name Arnold was awarded to him when he joined his religious order, was born in 1911 in a village near Friedrichshafen in southwest Germany, the second son of peasant parents, and so not in line to inherit any land. He dedicated himself early to a life in service of the church. He attended the high school of the Salvatorian order. He studied in their College of Philosophy and was ordained in 1938. His order then sent him on a missionary assignment to Fujian province in China. Fujian province in China. I didn't know there was, okay, where he remained from 1938 to 1953. Upon returning home, he held various assignments until 1965, when he became pastor of the Rock Shippak parish and superior of the monastery of his order there. The airy and modernistic St. Pius Church of Shippak, where he celebrated Mass, was consecrated in 1960. Its land and foundations had been paid for. A lot of history in here too. I don't want to interrupt and interject. I will at the end of the chapter. Had been paid for prior to the First World War from money collected in an organization founded by Barbara Weyand. At home, Rook Shippak, Father Renz had access to copies of the manuscripts of this pious peasant woman, I'm just going to call her Franny. No, sorry. Franciscan territory and mystic, or Tirti? I don't know. And mystic, and studied them extensively. In the course of the criminal investigation following Annaliese's death, Father Renz submitted to a physical and psychiatric examination by Doctors Langhardschassen and Dr. Kohler. Just sorry, folks. I was just thinking. I'm just going to pause. I'm going to keep reading. I just want to pause here for a minute. So I was thinking of the exorcism of Emily Rose, and she very much died the way it was on the television, or the film. Now, this is, okay, September 1975 until Annaliese's death on July the 1st, which is actually Canada Day. I would have been 5 at the time. I'm just thinking of different countries I've never been to, the history of them, the way people inherited land. In the 30s, there was a huge depression. Things got better in the 50s. Nutrition really started to change in the 50s, and we'll talk about that. When I get on an Ozempic tantrum again. The airy and modernistic St. Pius Church, where he celebrated Mass. So I'm just thinking of this priest. Yeah, Catholic. Right? Or am I losing my noodle? At any rate, okay, so in the course of the criminal investigation following Annalise's death, so he submitted to all these psychiatric tests, health tests, facial expressions were pastoral, betraying his lifelong priestly activity. During the conversation, they sometimes found his answers to be a bit rambling, but all in all, definite and precise. They found it curious. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. They found it curious, however, that he should be so obviously incapable of critical evaluation concerning the topic of exorcism when his intellectual capacities later was that by means of CAT scan that they were able to discover, oh, this is interesting, they were able to discover an ALBIET minimal calcification of the brain that in their view was apparently subject specific, a most astounding quality. One should note for a minute, calcification impairing only that specific cerebral region resides the critical evaluation of exorcism and his own behavior with respect to it. There was no indication of schizophrenia, manic depressive, which would be now considered bipolar disorder, or illness, I don't know, bipolar, psychosis, or of extreme experiences of hallucinatory character. He was, they concluded, quote, a deeply religious personality rooted in a magico-mystical thinking, unquote, whose critical faculties, unfortunately, were depressed by a, quote, pathological change in the brain due to a calcification at the moment, quote, could not yet be seen to be in any way grave, unquote. To put it differently, no! To put it differently, Father Renz was a man whose religious convictions were unpalatable to the psychiatrist, but who did not provide them with a handle on his religious experience, nothing to which they could attach a suspicion of mental illness. If not now, then surely in the past. As they had in the case of Ernst Alt, so they took recourse to process in the brain a bit of calcification, a point difficult to argue since no one really knows what consequences such minute changes might have, and they labeled him magio-mystic. And okay, I haven't read a lot of literature since the accident. I mean, the surgeon, that it's getting too hot out here, guys, but I gotta finish this page. Okay, so this word is E-P-I-T-H-E-T. I'm sure I know what it means, but I really don't. Smack of the Dark Ages. So I'm thinking kind of dismissed as something to do with the Dark Ages, meaning exorcisms. Not to say primitive, in other words, out of touch with modern times. See, I was pretty close, but not 100%, but close. There are expectedly also other views of Father Renz. Father Roth saw him as the exceptional priest who fitted perfectly with the exacting qualifications laid down by church law in the Codex Iuris Canonici. That's Latin. For someone to be entrusted with carrying out the great exorcism. Iuris Canonici. How would you pronounce that? I've never seen that word before. He should be pious, intelligent, and of blameless moral character, as explicit in the ritual Romarium of the Book of Rites of the Catholic Church. He should put his trust not in himself, but in the power of God. Okay, so I'm going to come back to page 93. Okay, this is about the exorcism. I'll go back to this. It's about the priests and so on. Okay, the people surrounding Anneliese, the first exorcism, and all the subsequent ones, her congregation as it were, shared in the beliefs represented by these prayers. Moreover, throughout the years of painful molestations that Anneliese had suffered and that they had experienced with her, they had become convinced long before the ordained officials of their church had come round to it that Anneliese's will, not her consciousness, had been taken over by an alien entity, for she experienced everything that went on as though she was spying on it from that hole she often spoke about and she could not get out of. Are you digesting this the same as I am? The hole she often spoke about and that she could not get out of. They knew that this alien entity was violent. Why else would it torment her so, make her twitch and writhe and scream, prevent her from eating and drinking and sleeping? Why would it fill her with such unearthly terror? Why appear to her in these ghastly faces, Franzi faces? Why make her break a crucifix and box the ears of vulnerable old priest? To them, Anneliese had become an innocent medium, a vessel coveted by Satan, who had to be expelled to make the vessel whole and clean once more. At last, they now had the power to do just that, for the bishop, empowered by the church, had given his consent and provided them with counselor to guide in the task. Father Renz's diary entry gives us a faint outline of the first of the exorcism sessions. Okay, I am leaving the cliffhanger on page 95. I won't know why I'm smiling. That was like a dupe and delight. This woman died. Why was I smiling? I guess maybe I was thinking of it like the movie. Can't do that. Anyways, what I was thinking is, I don't usually watch my videos like I've shared with you 100 times. Oh God, thank God nobody's home. They would think, what in the hell is she doing out there? I told you, you know, I'm a friendly neighbor, but I'm putting up a little piece of footage today. I love Cheer Denise, but I don't, one of the things I noticed that she does in her book reading is she really explains her narrative. Now everybody's talking about narrative. Oh, you know how that guy asked me if I had a job? I wasn't hurt, Melody Moon. You know what concerns me? What if I was unemployed, which I have been, and I was when I was in, you know, you guys know, I'm not letting it go. You guys know, I'm not letting it go. Maybe I should live stream my whole way. Apparently somebody said it'll take me 6 days. And I took my bike to the shop too. I'm having ADHD. That's another pine cone. I'm going to watch this video. Oh, Cheer Denise, narrative. I figured out what that means now. Opinions. So anyhow, I'm going to go read that. Not read it. I'm going to go listen to, I'm going to go now. I did a live this morning and I did a little singing thing called, oh, you know what? I'll put the clip up. I'll put the clip up on the community page. I can do that. And there's just a little song that I put up by Carole King, and I did a bit of karaoke. Oh my gosh, my ankles are getting itchy like my baba's. That is so strange. Mom always said I was like Baba. I don't know. I don't know. She doesn't have my nose though. That came from my Baba and Dido. Oh, and I have to tell you all about my pierogi borscht idea. When I work at Gary's, okay, and you know where I applied, I think I shared with everybody, but maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't think I did share where I went and applied. But, oh my gosh, Baba Maru, is this what you went through? The stress, Baba used to say, the stress. But at any rate, I'm way off topic. Wait. So Cheer Denise gives her opinion and interjects on the book all the time. And she is so not self-righteous. She's a woman of her era. Okay, I'm a little behind that whole feminism thing because I always worked with women, you know. Do you know a 41-year-old told me that I should go get Botox, and I thought, are you kidding me? Really? No. Sarah, how do you stay in Australia with the heat like this? Okay, I've lost my train of thought. I know what I was going to say. I am going to go listen to this chapter myself. And I don't know when, but sometime this week, if you don't catch me live, actually, you know what I'll do? When I'm ready to go live, I'll put... Keep your if you want to hear it, keep your notification bells on is how it works, right? And then, can you get notifications from just certain playlists? So if you don't want to see the other stuff, because I'm finishing this book. One of the things I've noticed that I have difficulty with is follow through. And that's why this channel is so important to me, because I've tried, and I'm still doing the skit. I don't know if it'll be a skit or more myself just cross-examining Amber Heard as Eileen, but I'll just be me doing it. And I'll have my mother. See, nobody of my age wants to play with me. If any one of you want to come online with me and be Amber Heard and just answer the questions based on what you know of the trial, that would be cool. And then I was going to say about the exorcism of Annalise Michael, I'm going to watch what you all, I'm going to go listen to what you all listen to, and when I can go live, I will put it on the community page. I will do it in the next 4 days. I work tomorrow, which is Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and then I get really tired. By Sunday, I'm whooped. But last Sunday, I was just upset, really, because of Michael. However, I've since realized a lot since then. And I will put that up in my part 3 about Johnny Depp and Sarah and Amber Heard. Sarah, I'm not putting pressure on myself. I promise. Okay. Thanks, everybody. It was nice to see you. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Okay, and that is a wrap, and we'll go at it again. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.